You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Do the difficult things while they are easy, and do great things while they are small. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. I have never met a man so ignorant that I couldn't learn something from him. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will soon set, and you with it. The bravest are surely those who have the clearest vision of what is before them, glory and danger alike, and yet notwithstanding go out to meet it. Make the best use of what's in your power, and take the rest as it happens. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Great is the power of habit. It teaches us to bear fatigue and to despise wounds and pain. The nobler a man, the harder it is for him to suspect inferiority in others. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Every living organism is fulfilled when it follows the right path for its own nature. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. No one has the right to be sorry for himself for a misfortune that strikes everyone. Live as brave men, and if fortune is adverse, front its blows with brave hearts. The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil. You can't teach anybody anything, only make them realize the answers are already inside them. Nature is relentless and unchangeable, and it is indifferent as to whether its hidden reasons and actions are understandable to man or not. All truths are easy to understand once they are discovered. The point is to discover them. There are those who reason well, but they are greatly outnumbered by those who reason badly. In the sciences, the authority of 1,000 opinions is not worth as much as one tiny spark of reason in an individual man. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. Great acts are made up of small deeds. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. Waking up to who you are requires letting go of who you imagine yourself to be. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. I have learned to seek happiness by limiting my desires, rather than in attempting to satisfy them. The secret to happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. A hero is born among 100. A wise man is found among 1,000. But an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. Any man may easily do harm, but not every man can do good to another. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. Aspire to be like Mount Fuji, with such a broad and solid foundation that the strongest earthquake cannot move you, and so tall that the greatest enterprises of common men seem insignificant from your lofty perspective. With your mind as high as Mount Fuji, you can see all things clearly, and you can see all the forces that shape events, not just the things happening near to you. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. When it is obvious that goals can't be reached, don't adjust the goals, but adjust the action steps. If a person gave your body to any stranger he met on his way, you would certainly be angry. And do you feel no shame in handing over your own mind to be confused and mystified by anyone who happens to verbally attack you? There is only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements, if it were all well invested. But when it is wasted in heedless luxury and spent on no good activity, we are forced at last by death's final constraint to realize that it has passed away before we knew it was passing. So it is. We are not given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it. Life is long enough, if you know how to use it.